Good evening, everyone. So we are going to start this session now. Myself, Rahul Chheda, I'm your trainer for PowerPoint. If you're able to see my screen, put yes in the chat box. And also, if you have logged in through your laptop or desktop, please start the PowerPoint. And you can have a first slide as a blank slide. Also, in the chat box, I'm going to share a PDF. The PDF contains the list of shortcut keys. You can refer to that as well. In the chat box, it's available. You can download it and use it for your reference. So now we're going to start with the insert tab. Yesterday we had done the insert table part and the picture. And we're going to start with the insert shapes option. So we have shapes here in the insert tab. Here we can select so many different shapes available. They are divided into different categories: lines, rectangles, basic shapes, block arrows, equation shapes, flowchart, stars and banners, and much more are there. So whichever is required, we can use them for creating different kinds of work. So here when we go to insert, we come to the shapes, and the top one is recently used shapes. The next we have all the different categories. So let's say if you require a shape like rectangle, you can just select it and you can left click and draw the shape. Very easy to get the shapes. You also have on the left side here, you will see more options for the shapes. It comes directly over here itself. So from this side also you can choose the different shapes which are available. So just left click and you can draw it on the slide. So I'm just randomly drawing few of the shapes, and we're going to look at that what things we can do with these shapes which are available. So different types of shapes available here. Now, whichever shape you add here, it has two parts to it. One, it has the outline and it has the fill. Fill is the color, and outline we have the, which is the shape which gives the outline. So whenever you select it, you get the shape format tab, and you are able to format the shape in terms of colors. You have the option of using shape fill and change the color of the shape. So you can also change the color of the outline as well. You can choose the color for the outline also. So it is there available for all the shapes. Whichever shape you select, you will be able to select the fill color. You will be able to give color to the outline as well. If you want to remove the outline, that is no color to the outline, you can also choose the option as no outline. So the shape will have no outline. Now this will be only with the fill option. So here we have the shapes which we have added. Now there are different things which we can do. The shapes which are there. So one, we have seen that we can change the colors. We have seen that we can add the outline which is there with color and no outline as well. I can also add effects to the shapes which I have. So as we select the shape, you have the shape effect option. There are preset options which are available. You can just click on that and that effect is applied to that shape. So in the shape format itself, you have the shape effects. You can select the pre-defined options which are there. So you don't have to think much of how that thing has come up. But if you want to change, if you want to make it customized, you want to make it on your own, then you can definitely do that by selecting it. And in the shape effects, you have variety of options. You can add shadow. Different options related to shadow are there. You can see different options available so that you can choose inner shadow, outer shadow, perspectives you can choose. So different options available to give effects to the shapes which are there. You have reflections, you have glow, you have soft edges, bevel to make that object look like a 3D object. And you also have 3D rotations. So you can choose out of this as well. So the way you want to display the shape, you can use all these different kinds of 3D rotations as well. So these are some very interesting options to work with. So I want all of you to add these few shapes and try these options like changing the color, shape outline, and effects to the shapes. So everyone try these options. Take 5 minutes to do all this, add more and more shapes. You can do it. Once this is done, you can just put done in the chat box. Please do take time and first add different shapes which are there. And once you try different effects onto it, and then we go ahead with more options to see. Yes, you can apply multiple effects to it. So let's say I had selected the shape and I had given the first effect as a shadow. So I add that shadow is there, and I can also go back and select the glow option to it. So glow will also be added and the shadow will also be there. Multiple effects can be added. You can create that by using it. You can add the bevel also with that. So you can see there is a outer glow as well as the bevel applied to this shape. The use of shapes is like you want to create some different looks into these slides, the different shapes which are there. You can utilize these shapes for presenting your points which are there. So apart from the bullet points, what you have, you can utilize this shape to display the different messages what you have. Uh, Very creatively, you can put that how these shapes can be utilized. So if you remember, if we have seen the themes, in that also these usage of shapes has been done. I'll just show you that we have seen this one process flow. We have seen this process flow yesterday from the theme. Let's see, to create this entire process flow, the shapes are used. So if anything, where you want to display your points in a creative manner, these shapes will be helpful. So here our entire objective is to see that what tools will help, what are the different ways we can put different kinds of objects and put it here. And once you know about it, that okay, what are these objects, how they can be placed here in this slide, then you can use your creativity that how and what to show in which position, what colors to be used, that will come into play. So everyone has different thoughts and ideas related to usage of color combinations, usage of the different images, what you have, the placements, what you put in the slides for the different objects, the animations, what you use into the entire slide. So it will be totally dependent on the individual's creativity, but to add those all stuff, whatever tools available here that we are going to explore in detail. So everyone try all these shapes, add the effects, add the colors. So you will be able to understand it in a much better way once you are doing it and practicing it together with me. We'll see more formatting options related to this shapes, what we have done. Once you have tried these options, you can put done in the chat box. And whatever file you have created, also keep on saving that file so that when you re-practice it, you are able to see what you have learned and uh, refer to that file as well. In these shapes, these are all different options we have seen, as well as one option which is related to the outline that we see. So any shape, it will have a standard size of outline. If in case you want to apply a thicker outline in the shape outline option, you have the weights. So in the weights, you can choose the different sizes of outline available. You will see that outline is applied. I'll just change the color to black so you can see that. So you can apply the outline as well. Weight is the option where you can apply a thick outline. For that, will come in later. Right now, please focus on the shapes part. In the outline option, you also have the sketched options. So there are different shapes to the outline which you can utilize. There, this is one type, that is sketch. The other is the dash. So if you want to use a dash one, you can utilize the dash as well. If you just require only the outline to use, you can also do that. Like many times we use something to highlight onto the presentation. We use the rectangular box most of the times. And what we do is we remove the shape fill, that is by selecting no fill, and increase the thickness of the line first. And we change the color to, let's say, red. Something which I want to highlight and say this is the only outline which I have, only outline. So if anything specific I want to mark, like with a border, I can use the only outline option using the different shapes what we have. As well as if you want to make it as a dashed line, you can also utilize that to make it more attractive. We can use this option as well. So if I am selecting a shape and the color which I have here, the same color I want to apply to another shape. So then this, let's say green, I want to apply it to this triangle which is there. So many times we have so many different kinds of colors which are there. From there, I want to select that color. So if I go and directly into the shape fill and try to choose a particular color, maybe I don't get the exact color. So to get the exact color, now we have the option of eyedropper. You can select the eyedropper and you'll see that eyedropper will come, and wherever you go in that square, you will see that box will come. So my current object selected is the triangle. Once I am confirmed with my color, I can just click and you will see that color is applied to the triangle. So I can select a shape, go to the fill option, select the eyedropper, and which color I want, I can just go to that color and you will see that color will be appeared in the square. Once you are confirmed with the color, you can just click and that color gets applied to the object which is selected. So that's the eyedropper. Also, in the shapes which you have, you want to add any text, you can just select the shape and you can just type directly. We can type text inside the shape. So you can also directly type the text inside the shape. You can select the text and you can utilize the home tab to increase the fonts or decrease the font size. You can utilize all these options which are available. So inside the shape, the text can be added. Now, once you click the shape outline, that is the bounding box which is there, and you can move that shape with the text as well. So it's a part of the shape now, the text which we have typed. Everyone is able to see my screen. Okay, thank you. So here, whichever shape you select, you can just click on the shape and you can start typing the text which you want. This is a triangle. And you can select the text. You can select the text and you can increase the size from the home tab as well. I'm using a version that is Office 365. So we have seen these shapes we have added here. I'll add one more slide. I will add one more blank slide here, and I'll add some more shapes. We'll see something very interesting about the shapes. So we go to insert and shapes, and I'll select a rectangle, draw the triangle, select oval shape, draw that oval shape. Then I also select one more shape here, which is a arrow, and also this triangle, which is there. Now, whenever you are working with shapes, you select the shape, the bounding box, what you see with the dots which are there. So you can use these dots, which are the white color dots, to resize it from any corner which you want, from the center, from the bottom, from the side center, from the corners, any corner, left, right, bottom, or top. You can use the dots to resize them. As well as you will have a rotate handle. You can left click the rotate handle and rotate the shapes which are there. So the way you want to rotate that you can do. As well as you have a, a standardized rotate option that is in the shape format. On the right side, you will see a rotate option here. So you can click on that and you will see the different rotate option are there. So there is rotate right 90 degree, rotate left 90 degree, flip vertical, flip horizontal. So these are the options which we can also utilize to do the rotation of any shape which is there. As well as certain shapes which you select, as well as certain shapes. So the rectangle and the oval shape, we don't have any other option apart from these normal resizing and the rotation. But in the shapes here, you have like the triangle, what you see, there is a yellow dot here, a yellow dot that allows you to create another shape altogether from the triangle what we have. So as I bring my mouse cursor over that yellow dot, you will see my icon of the mouse cursor will change. So as I left click, I can move that onto the left side. So this becomes a little different shape altogether. So I can move this on the left, right. It will totally depend on what kind of shape we are using, and you will get that yellow dot. So if I have this uh, arrow, here you will see there are two yellow dots. One is here and the second one is here. So this I can reshape it by using this, the size of the triangle which is there in the arrow, that I can change it. As well as I can use this yellow to increase and decrease the thickness what I have of this. So we can create so many different shapes by using these different options what we have. There is one more thing which I can do with any shape which I have. So once I select a shape, in the shape format, on the left side, I have edit shape option. In the shape format, I have edit shape option. So as you click on the edit shape, you will see the edit points. You will see edit points. So as you click on the edit points, you will see that a red line and with black square dots are visible now. So as I click on the edit points, you will see this. When I click on that black color, when I bring my mouse cursor, you see my icon changes. I can then press left click and I can just move the direction I want. As I click on that part, you see one more two boxes are there. These are called handles. As I click on these handles, I can change the shape of this as well. I can change the shape of this with the help of this handle as well. So these are the handles which I can use. So whichever point you click, there you will see these handles will come, and you can utilize these handles to change that actual shape which is there. So as you move these handles, you will see that shape will change. So once you have done that, you can click outside and the shape will be created. If we can do the merging of shapes, there are options related to it. So these are two shapes I have. I'll change the color of this oval. So I have these two shapes. I will overlap them and go to shape format. In the shape format, if I want to use the merge option, what I require is I need to select both the objects together. So first one is selected. Second one you want to select, you can press shift key and click on the second object. Once I've done that, the merge option activates here in the shape format. So click on this. There are different merge options. One is union. As I click on union, you will see the entire object becomes one and it will have one color. Second is combine. So when I do combine, the intersected part of both shapes, it will have no fill color. It has combined. Now it is one object, but the intersection part which is there, it will have no color. Then I have fragment. So once I click on the fragment, it creates different parts to this. So once you see that fragment, what it has done, this is fragment. So fragment, whatever intersection parts are there, they are broken up. Then you can just move them together and get the different parts. Then you have intersect. So when I do intersect, the intersected part which is there, only that will be there. The rest all will be removed. And the other one is subtract. So whichever is the first object selected, the other part of it, which is intersecting with the other shape, gets removed. So that is subtraction. So if I do the other way around, I select first the rectangle and then press shift key and select the oval. Now everything will be little different. Union will have now blue color because first object was selected is the rectangle. Combine will be almost same. Fragment will be same. So when I click on the fragment, you will see different parts will be there, which I can remove. So this is fragment. Then I have intersect. Intersect will, that intersection part which will be there, that will remain. Rest all will be removed. And the subtract part, the second shape which is there, it gets removed and the other part remains. So these are all merge shape options. So everyone try this option. Take 5 minutes to do all these different things what I have shared with you all. So just try this. Once you have done it, you can put done in the chat box. Please do respond in the chat box once you have done it. So everyone try this option. You have to select both the objects together to see that merge shapes option to get active. So you can click on one of the shapes first, then press shift key, and then you can click on the second shape. Both the shapes has to be overlapped as well as both the shapes should be selected. So these are the shape options we have seen. Also, in the shape, if I want to change the color combination which I have, that also I can do. So also yesterday somebody had asked about, if I can add a picture to my shape, which is there. So we can add that as well. So selecting the shape, once you select the shape, you can just right click on the shape, and at the bottom you will see here format shape option. At the bottom, you will see format shape option. Just click on the format shape. On the right side, you will see format shape options. And here you can click on fill. You will see current option selected is solid fill, which is already there. I can add gradient fill, which is a multicolor option, which I can add. In the gradient fill, there are preset designs and colors which are there, which you can add to it, or you can add your own color combination as well. You can choose the preset options which are available here, as well as you can select the different options of the type of gradient which has to be there. So we can do that, as well as whenever you are selecting the type, whenever you select a type, you will see it will also have the option of directions. So you can also choose the direction of each type which you choose, as well as if you want a specific colors to be there, then you have gradient stops over here. These are all handles. These handles are called as stops. Once you click on a stop, and you can go to the fill option, and you can select that fill bucket here and choose another color whichever you like to. So once you choose that, that color gets added over to that stop which is there. So when I select the second one, I can choose another one, another color. So multiple colors. So there are three colors now. And as you slide this, the color direction shapes may change. As you see, as you manage it using the sliders, you can see the color effect may change accordingly. So you just need to select a particular shape, and in that you can choose gradient fill, and you can see that gets applied. But if you want to change that as well, you can just click on that stop, click the fill, and you can choose another color, select the handles, and you can choose the different colors which are available. Once you choose that, you can also change the different types which are there, and you can also use the direction of it, and it can be very different look of the shapes which are there. The other thing, if I want to add an image, so click onto the shape, then you have picture and texture fill. You can see the texture is added to that shape altogether, and you have textures available here in this. You can choose any kind of texture you want. These are preset designs which are available of the textures. I'll add one more shape here. So if I want to add a picture, I can add a picture inside this as well. So in the picture texture fill, I can just click on this insert button, and you can take it from your file which is you are having on the Is everyone able to see my screen? Some people are saying that they are not able to see the screen. Everyone able to see the screen? Okay, most of them are able to see the screen. So you might check the option, I think, in your Zoom meeting, that why you are not able to see that particular screen. You may check that, or you may just log in and log out, so you may able to see the screen as well. So I'll just redo this step. So if I want to add a picture inside the shape, I can just select the shape and right click on that and select format option, format shape. Just right click on the shape and select format shape. And on the right side, you will see the fill option. Click on the fill option. It will show you more options. Then select picture texture fill. And then here you will have an insert button. So once you click on the insert button, it will ask you different options. First is from file. If you have anything on your computer, you can utilize that. Then there is stock images. This option is only available from my subscription version, which is Office 365 stock images. As I click on it, I can choose the images from the stock what I have here. I can just click on insert. So as I click on insert, that will get added to my shape. So I select the shape, go to pictures and texture. Here I'll see insert option. In that, I can go to online pictures as well. If you don't have the stock images, that's okay. But you can utilize the online pictures option. And here you can select the picture you want to add up. So you can select any of this. It will show you the options. Just select this and insert. So inside that shape which I've selected, I can see that picture is added. So we can add pictures as well inside the shapes. So everyone try this option of adding pictures to the shape as well as the gradient options and all that. Once you have checked all these options, you can just put done in the chat box. If any questions you have, you can post it into the text as well. Everyone is able to do this, getting this, how to add images, textures, and gradient fill into the shapes. I'm adding a new, my screen is already there. So there's one more option related to the adding fill to the shapes. So once you add a shape, you have the pattern fill also. So there are so many different pattern options available. This will be totally on the color of the shape you have. You can also change the colors accordingly what you require. So it may change the color as well. Uday, currently what you are seeing on the screen, can you let me know? My screen is already shared and others are able to see my screen. So you can make the screen as full screen. On the zoom panel, you will see an option of making that screen as a full screen. So you can choose the different options to see how you can view the screen as well. So that view option will be available with you all onto the screen as well. So you can choose that option and how you can view the screen. So these options we have seen to add different designs, patterns, texture and images to the shapes. The same thing, you can do it for your background of the slide. So if you click on the slide and right click over it, and you can select the format background option. Once you click on the format background, on the right side, you will see there is these same options available. So if you want to put a solid color, you can just select from the fill bucket and add a solid fill color to the entire background. If you want to add a gradient fill, you can do that as well. The same options available. Then you have picture option. So as you click on the picture, so whatever last picture I had selected, that is added to my background. And if I want to add a pattern fill, I can add a pattern fill also instead of that. So there are so many different patterns available. I can just select from those and those patterns will be available to the background as well. So these are all these different stuffs which will help you to enhance the view and the look of the slides what you have. Now let's add the text box. So in the shapes itself, you have the text box option. So you can also utilize the text box. So if you have anything to separate text box, you can draw it and type the text here. This is only for text. So this is only text box where you will have no background at all. So I can place it over any object as well if I want to manage the text separately altogether. You can add a text to the shape that we have already seen, but that becomes a part of the shape. And if you want to manage both things separately, like text box separate and the shape separate, you can add a text separately with the text box and you can manage it separately. So if you want more flexibility towards managing these objects, you can utilize that also. One more thing which most of the people have faced while managing the shapes which is there. So there are few options how to manage them that we'll see. One is that when I have multiple objects, so let me add few more shapes. So I'll just select this object and make a duplicate of this. So if I want to make a duplicate of the same shape what I have, I can just select it and press Control D to duplicate this box which I have. So I have multiple these boxes which I'm having. Just press Control D and this will create multiple boxes over here. Now I have these different boxes available here with me. And what I want is I want to align them properly and keep a proper placement of it. So there are few things what you can do is, one is that you can manually adjust it by seeing those red color marks which come using that as well. You can see the dot lines which come. It allows you to put the objects into the same line. You can utilize that. Or if I have a little different uh, arrangement altogether, then there is one more method which I can do. I can select all the objects. I will select all the objects. So when I click on the first object, first click on the single object, then press Shift key, click on the second object, click on the third object. Then in the shape format, here on the right side, I have the align option. And here I have different alignments which are available. So since I've selected all the three objects, I want them to be in single line. So I will select this align middle. So all will come in one line, as well as between these, the gap which is there, it is not same. So I go back to the align and use this option called distribute horizontally. So the gap between all three objects will be same. Same thing, I want to do it with these as well. So I'll just move them a little bit onto the left. And then select all of them. So press Shift key, click on it. And then you can go to the shape format. And on the right side, you will see align. And here I will select align middle. And I'll select one more option, that is distribute horizontally. So that is done. Now, in the column wise, also if you see a little bit of shape here and there it is. So I can select both of these, click on align and select align center. And align center is there. I can select that align center, so it will be in the same shape. So select align center. Here also select this, click here and select align center. So all are in a proper alignment by using the align options. So both options you can do, manual dragging and placing the objects at the places where you require, or you can utilize the alignment option as well. There is another option which is related to the arrangement of the objects. So for example, I just overlap these different boxes. You can see they are not properly overlapped. So let's make them. So the arrangement which you see, how it is there. Now I will just change the color of this so that we can see that how the changes are happening here. So let's just randomly change the color of this objects. Okay, so we have all different colors now. The purple one which is there, it is at the bottom, and if I want to get it at the top, then I have this option of bring forward option. So as I use bring forward, what it does, it will arrange itself one step above, and bring to front, if you use, it comes at once at the top, whatever number of objects you have. So if I use bring at front, it will come at the top, and if you use bring forward, it will go one step by step. Now let's say if I'm using this green color which is there last, which is at the last, I want it at the top, so I'll use bring to front. So if I use bring forward, see what will happen. Only one step it will go ahead. Bring forward, bring forward, bring forward. So one step only it will come up. And same way you send backward. If I do send to back at once, it will go at the end. So it goes at the end. So whichever object you want to arrange, you can utilize these uh, bring forward and send backward options. Send to back, bring to front. These options are available. As well as one more thing which is there. If this becomes a little complex to use, you can also use the selection pane. So here we have the selection pane button. Here you will see all the shapes which are there. They are visible here. So whichever shape you will click on here, you will see that will be selected with the help of the selection pane. And once you click there, you have the up down arrow keys here, which also can be utilized to arrange them. So whenever you select an option, you can use them to arrange them as well. So this is selection pane, which helps you to manage the arrangement also. So I'll explain one more time. Also, people who have understood, they can try this. So see, we have these different objects which are overlapped. And if I want to arrange them in between the sequence which is there, so let's say the green color rectangle which is there, I want to keep it between these two colors which are there. So if I click on the green one, I can use the bring forward option. So it will come step by step. So multiple times you have to click till the time it does not come at the top. See, now it is between both these rectangles which are there. So if the purple one which is at the bottom, I want to bring it up, I can also utilize the panel which is there, which is called selection pane. You can see right now rectangle 4, which is the purple color one, it is selected. You can click on it, and you can use the up down arrow key here. You can see as I click on that goes up, and now the purple one is at the top. So alignment of the objects we can use by using selection pane or bring to forward box which is there. Everyone can hear my voice. Is my voice clear to all of you?
Yes, sir, you are completely audible.
Okay. So might be people who are not able to clearly hear me. Maybe little internet connection on your side would be an issue. So you can check your connection as well. So we have seen this different options related to the shapes which are there, how you can manage all these shapes. So there are so many options related to shapes you can utilize and really make a lot of creative stuffs which are there. You have call out options as well on this part. Okay, now let's come and add one more slide here. In the insert tab, I'll go to the new slide. In the insert tab, we have seen shapes, we have seen pictures. Now we are going to look at a very interesting thing, which is called the icons. The icons which are there, this is only available to the subscription versions, but yes, you can also get the different other options which are there. Through the web, you can search the icons and you can add. So when you go to the insert option, you get the icons. In the icons, you will see a lot of different these small objects which are there, and depending on what kind of topic you're working on, you can use these icons as well. So you can select an icon and you can just click insert. So it is a small picture object which is there, and it can be moved anywhere. You can change the picture of the color of it by using the graphics fill. So you have the option of utilizing this in a very effective way. So many people, instead of bullets, they use the icons to uh, display the message what they have, the pointers which they have. So instead of bullets nowadays, the icons are used in a much wider way. So that is in the insert tab, you have the icons. And from here, you can select so many icons available. You have different categories for the icons. You can choose. These are all different options of icons can be selected and added onto your slide. So icons are available in the Office 365 version, absolutely free. With the subscription, you can utilize them, you can place them and work with them. Then we come to the part of a very interesting thing, which is called SmartArt. So insert, we have the SmartArt option. And when you open the SmartArt, you will see a lot of variety of things which are there, which you can use and make the points which are there a little more creative. So there is one commonly used SmartArt, which is called as list. In the list, you have different ways you can mention the points which are there, wherein the list you have this option, which is called vertical bullet list. That is a commonly used one. And you also have other objects which are there. So we'll just select this vertical bullet list and click OK. And once you get this here onto the slide, you can just click inside the box and go on typing the points which are there, which you want to add upon. So as you will go on typing the points, you can add your text here. So as you go on typing, the more the text, automatically the text size get resized, and accordingly it will display the text. So it has more option as well. You can just go on add more points. Points for presentation. Effective presentation. So I have added few points here, and let's say if I want to change this pointers, what I see here, I don't require that. I can just go back to the SmartArt design here, and I can immediately choose another option which is there. So it will show my all pointers here. Now you can see that it is the main point and the sub point which is there in the bullets. So according to that, it has chosen the outcomes which are there. So I can do that by selecting all these different options available to me. And also you can also choose the color options. So if you want a multicolor thing, you can utilize these multicolor option as well. So many different options. So if for the pointer which I have put here, I want to add an image, I can also add the image by just clicking over this, and I can choose from my images which I have. So that image will get added into this box. It will take a little while since it's loading from the internet. So if you have anything where you want to showcase an image, you can use this option as well. Multiple options to showcase your point of view by using these different options of SmartArt. A very, very interesting way to display these pointers, what we have. So many different options available. You can manually also select a particular shape, and you want to change the color. That also is possible by going to format, and you can put a color as well, whichever you want to. So that's all very, very simple way to manage these pointers. If you have something like processes also, like let's say I've just put one more slide, insert, and you have SmartArt. In that, you also have the option of process, like a very simple concept of process, what we generally use while we are learning the computers. So let's select this basic process. So here I have input, process, now. So the way you want to showcase it, you can utilize this SmartArt options, and you can choose from here itself. So many different other things also you have. You can utilize that. You can make it more attractive by using this 3D options also, or the effects which are there. You can use all these different options available. It looks more creative while you are presenting your points. And once you also add the animation to this, it becomes a little more attractive as well. So many options available in the processes as well. You can just go on selecting the options, and you select the right option which you want. You can do that also. Also, there is one more thing that's a very much widely used one. That is the hierarchy part. In the SmartArt, you have hierarchy. So many of the people who are there working in the organizations, they utilize this option of working with the organizational charts. So you can utilize this, or else this hierarchy option can also be used to create the flow of a particular plan what you have. So you can use that. You can also use the process options in that also. Yeah, I will show the previous slide again, and then I'll do the hierarchy part. So this is the previous slide. Slide 4, okay. So yesterday also we were discussing about this part of colors. Like if you have to choose a neutral color kind of a thing, So this is in this slide, what you see here, this color, soft colors can be used in any kind of screen what you have, and it really works well and easy to read for all the people who are there in the conference room or a hall or an auditorium. That really helps if we use these soft colors. So I'll add one more slide here, and we'll see how to create a hierarchy. So I'll just we select SmartArt. In the SmartArt, we choose the hierarchy and we select OK. So you will see it will show you a basic hierarchy option over here, nothing much over here. But when I'm typing anything related to the hierarchical part, let's say creating an organization chart, instead of directly clicking inside this box, I utilize another method altogether to work on this, which is much more easier, and I can control the entire flow of my organization chart with that. So when you select this SmartArt, which is displayed now, here on the left side, there's a small arrow here, a small arrow. When I click on this, you will see a text pane will open. There's a small arrow here. When you click on this, a text pane will open. If this is not opening from this arrow, then in the SmartArt design, on the extreme left, you have a button here at the top that is called text pane. So when you click on that also, this text pane will be visible. Once this text pane is visible, the next step what I do here is I just click on the last point which is there, and then I just go on pressing backspace to remove all this text. I just come at the top, which is my first point which is there. Remove all the points. There were 4 points. I'm just remove all of them. And now I start writing my organizational chart. Very simple thing we'll do. So let's say I have at the top my managing director. So I'm just writing MD. Then I press enter. Below the managing director, I want to add, let's say, another level of, that is CEO. So when I enter, the next point which comes, it comes at the same level. So I want to make it under the MD. Then I press tab key. I press tab key, and then I'm going to type CEO. So this goes below this. I believe I chosen something wrong. Let's choose hierarchy. Let me go back to the layout. Hierarchy. Yes, this is what need to be chosen. Yes. So I have the MD, then below that CEO, and I just press enter. And below CEO, I want more levels. So I'll just press tab key one more time. And then I'm going to add the next one. Let's say GM for, let's say, HR. Then enter. On the same level, now I want to add more and more. Okay, I will start it from the first. Let's do it. I'll just delete it. Okay, I want to create an organizational chart, and we go to insert, we go to SmartArt, and from here I choose hierarchy option, and here I will choose the first option. So basic one, organization chart, that I choose, then click OK, and I'll get this raw form of it. But what I want is I want to add it from the start itself. So in the SmartArt design, on the left side, you will see text pane here, which is there. You can click on that and you can see the text pane if it is not visible, or there is a small arrow which here is there here on the SmartArt. If you can click on that, the text pane will be there. The next thing what I do is I remove all these points which are already there. All the points. So I get only one box which is visible. Then I type the first point, let's say MD, then enter. Now, when I enter, it comes on the same level, but I want something which is below MD. So I press tab key on my keyboard, So then it goes below that level. And let's say I type CEO. I'm just randomly creating this organization chart. Maybe it would be different in different organizations. So now I want to add under CEO more options. So I press enter. So right now when I press enter, it comes on the same level. So I want something which is under CEO. So then I press tab. So it adds a level below the CEO, and I'll type, let's say GM, HR, then I press enter. Now these other points which are going to come, they will be at the same level. So GM marketing, enter, then GM finance, let's say GM operations, and I want the GM sales. So we have all these GMs added. Now in each GM, I want to add more. So I click on the first, that is GM HR, click there and press enter, and then press tab key. So below GM HR, I will add one more, and let's say I add here senior manager. And I go to the next one, that is GM marketing, enter, and then press tab key. Here also senior manager. Then I go to the GM finance, enter, press tab key. So it will be under GM finance. So senior manager. Then next one, GM operations, enter, press tab key then, and type senior manager, enter. No enter. Just remove everything. Now GM sales, then enter, tab, and senior manager. So you can see how the levels are added. Once that is done, you can also, we want to add a color combination. You can do that. At different levels, you will see the colors would change. As the level change, the color may change. So you can do that as well by utilizing the color options. Simple way to add all this. There are other options as well. You can choose the other layouts which are there. So with that, if you want to add the pictures of the people, you can utilize the option as well. You have different other options. You can choose this option as well. A little more creative, more attractive. You can do that. If you want an horizontal look of this, you can do that as well. You have an horizontal way. That way also you can use. But we'll keep this one, previous one, which was there. It's look much better. So till here, everyone create these different uh, SmartArt designs. Try on these. Once you have done it, just put done in the chat box. Then we'll see something more into this. The organization part chart, it's been widely used. So, and when you're working with SmartArt and using this organization chart, it's very essential to use the text pane to control the entire hierarchy very easily, rather than directly using the shapes from here. So very easy to use the text pane while we're working with the hierarchical part. If in this also the uh, shapes what we have, this square shape what I have, if I want to change a particular shape at a level, I can just select that shape, right click on it, and I have the option of change shape. So then I can choose any shape which I want, and that will be changing it on the spot. So let's say I choose this. You can see that the shape of CEO has changed. Right click on it and change shape, and you can select the shape from there as well. So let's select you are asking about the this chart, that is organization chart. Tarushka. Yes, okay. I'll repeat that same step. I'll add a new slide. So we have this blank slide. Then we go to insert. And in the insert, you will have SmartArt. So you will click on the SmartArt option. In the SmartArt graphic box here, you will select hierarchy. Select hierarchy. And from the hierarchy, you have on the right side so many options. So you can select option, let's say organization chart, which is the very basic one. Just select that, click OK. You will see the basic structure of it will be visible here. And on the left side, you will see the text pane is there. If this text pane is not visible, you can go to the SmartArt, and on the left side, you will see text pane option. So this text pane will be visible. Then the next step, what I do here is I remove all these points from the text pane and come at the first point. And then you will type the first level of your hierarchy. Let's say MD, enter. As you enter, the next bullet which adds, the next point which adds, it is at the same level. But I want the next level should be created, which is below MD. So press tab key. So it will add it below it. And then we type here CEO. Then press enter. Now below CEO, I want multiple other levels. So once I enter, it comes at the same level, and then press tab key. So it will go below the next level. And here we'll type GM, HR, enter. Now whatever points will come will be in the same level. So I don't need to press tab key. Just go on typing the names. So GM, marketing, enter. GM, finance, enter. GM, operations, then enter, and GM sales. So we have added these many levels. Now I go back to the HR, click here, then enter, and then press tab key. Below that, I'm going to add senior manager. Then I click at the end here in the GM marketing, then enter, then press tab key. Then click here in the finance, enter, then press tab key. Then click in the operations, enter, then tab, enter, no enter. So my GM cell is gone there. I'll just press tab key. Yes. Then enter, one more tab, and SR. So this way I can go on adding different levels by using the enter and tab option, but using the text pane. It becomes very easy to manage the entire flow of the chart, as well as once you have done this, you can go to the change color option. You can utilize the color options which are available here in the change color. You can select that. As the level changes, you will see the color also changes. Also, if you want to change the type of the chart from the hierarchy, you can choose it from here also. There are so many options available. You can see all these different options available. You can use them. These all different options are there. Whichever is the best option, you can select that. Also, you can give effects to it if you want. The SmartArt, very easily you can create stuff. I don't need to do much on it. Just go on selecting the correct SmartArt and just put the values inside it. So easily you can manage the entire SmartArt graphics, which is there. You're welcome. So let's do something more. So we go back to the insert, and here comes the next part. That is, I want to add so this chart which are there, that we'll see in tomorrow's session. But apart from that, we're going to look at a very interesting option that is called as the WordArt. So here in the insert tab, I have the WordArt option. I can select that, and you'll see a variety of WordArt are there. I can just select any of them, select any of the WordArt which is available. As you click, you will see that it will show your text here. So we are working on the WordArt text option. So this is ready-made WordArt with text with effects. So you can use that as well. Simple way to get it. Just go to the insert, and in insert you have the WordArt option. You can select any of the WordArt option, and you can just type the text is with effects. So you can see ready-made effects are available on the WordArt option. So easily we can just select it and put it. But let's say if you also would like to create your own stuff by using your own creativity, you can do that as well by go to insert and select the text box and draw the text box, and using our own creativity for text effects. So this is normal text what we have, and if I want to add something like of these kind of effects, I can utilize that as well. So just selecting the text box, and then I'll just increase the size a little bit. And you can also align it by using center and all. You have these alignments available, you can utilize them. So we keep it center. And if you want to change the color of the text, you can do that. If you want to change the font style, you can choose the font style. So many font styles available. So let's select a font style. Okay, once you select the font style, the next thing, if you want, you can add a color to this by using the font color option. Then I want to add the effect onto this. So here, then I go to the shape formats. In the shape format, I have the text effects. So I can add shadow to my text, different options for the shadow I can give. I want to add more effects to it. So multiple effects can be given. You want to add a reflection, you can add a reflection to your text. But I'm not adding a reflection. Let's add a glow. And we also make it little 3D kind of an effect. But when I'm adding this a little bit, it will change the glow, but that's fine. And let's increase the size a little bit. So we can see that effect clearly what we have added. In here, in the shape format, we have text effects. And I can also utilize the rotations. But here, I am not using rotation. I want to use one more very interesting thing, which is called the transform. So transform, I can use the different directions to my text, which is there. I can use this circle option. So many options available. I can use the circle option. So once I get the circle option, I just need to adjust this. And this is the another option which is there. So this direction of the text changes. This yellow dot which is there, if you are using that, you can see the direction of the text comes and goes. So you can manage it. So the more the text you have, the circular effect of the text, we can get it. We need to adjust it, do a little formatting of it, till the time I get the uh, exact round of this. Just it has to be a proper square, so that easily, you can see that round effect. So like, you're creating a stamp of something, you can use this text effect option. So very interesting option to use. It can also be applied onto this already ready-made text which are there. You have so many options available. You can see that how creative we can make things by using this text options of transform which are there. You can use that as well. So these are also very interesting options to work with. So everyone try this text effects. Once you have done trying these options, just put done in the chat box, then we'll do the next steps. After this, we look at one more thing which is required in any presentation is you want to add the page numbers of your slide, or we also call it as slide numbers. And using the header footer option, we can do that. So in the insert tab, you have the header footer option. So when you click on this, you will get the slides. You can add date. So you can select the checkbox which is here. So it will show you the current date and updates automatically. If you want that to be done, that whenever you open the PowerPoint presentation on the slides, the date should automatically change. You can use the first option. But if you have a fixed date of a presentation where you want to keep that fixed date, you can use the fixed option. So that can be selected, either update automatically or select fixed date. The other option you have to add the slide number. So as you click here, it will add the slide number as well. Then you have the option of footer. So footer is where if you want to add any message or you want to put your name that presented by, you can put that presented by your name. Let's say my name, Rahul Cheda. So I put that. And also one more point here is that if you select this option, do not show on title slide. So this information, that is slide number, footer, and the date, will not be visible on the title slide. So that is essential. We need to select this. Once that is done, and the settings of your header, footer, date option, if you want to apply it to all slides, you will click on apply to all. So click on apply to all. And you can see at the bottom, the date, the name, and the slide number is added. So everyone try this option, adding the header footer. I'll repeat one more time. Click on insert. Click on insert. Then go on the right, you will see header footer option. Click on the header footer option. You will get this box here. And here you will select either date and time, and in that you can select update automatically the date, or you can keep it as fixed date. You can select the slide number option, and you can select the footer where you can type the text which should be visible, and also selecting this option which is don't show on the title slide. So all the above information which is there, that is date, slide number, footer, it will not be visible onto the title slide. And once you have done that, you will click on apply all, and you will be able to see at the bottom of your slide the date, the footer note, and the slide number here itself. Also, when we are working with these slide options, I can also add up the symbols to my slides. So many times specific symbols we want to add up, then we can do that. So for that, we add a text box here, adding a text box. And once the cursor is blinking here, you can go to the insert option and you can click on the symbol. You will see there are equation options and you have symbols. Let's see first symbol. And as you click on symbol, you will see so many symbols are available here. Now, each of these symbols, what we see here, they would be connected with a font style. So here you have a font style option. From that, it is connected to. So in this case, I require, let's say, a rupee sign. So I have a rupee sign here, which I can select and then click on insert. As I click on insert, the box does not close, but you can see in the text box, the rupee sign will be added. So once you select the symbol in the symbol box, just click on insert. It will go on adding the symbol there. Once you have identified that the symbol is added to your text box, You can just click on close and you will see the symbol is visible here. So there are two symbols which are added of the rupees. I can remove one and then I can add the number which I require. Also, you can add so many different symbols which are available. You can add any of the symbols which is required. You can just choose them from this list which is there. If you are looking at something else, you can also click on the text options. You can choose any of the different options which are there. You will see different symbols available and you can scroll down. You can see so many symbols are there. You can select any of these symbols which you want. You can just select it and click insert. That symbol gets added over there. Insert and the symbol gets added into that place. So this will only work when you are having a text box and it will be visible in that place. I'll add one more text box. And in this text box, let's say I want to add something that is called equation. So in the symbols, you have the equation option. You have these ready-made equations which are there. You can just click on this and you will see that equation is added over here. So once you click outside, that equation will be there in this place. There are so many different options available, like you want to put the equation on your own in the text box. You can edit this, you can remove the equation which is there, and you can use the equation tab here, and you can use these all symbols which are available. You can see all these symbols are there in this place. You can click on this drop down. You can see Greek letters, operators, arrows. All these different symbols will change as you click on these options. You will see multiple different symbols are here. So many options are available. I can choose from this as well. So I'll explain it one more time. So add a text box. Then once you click inside the text box, you will go to the insert tab and here you have symbols. Select the equations. You have ready-made equations which are there. You can select from that. And as you click on that, you will see the entire equation is added. That is the ready-made equation. And you can see here also, there are so many different other symbols and equation tabs which are available, which are the common scripts which are there. So you can choose that also. So as I go on selecting these, you will see these equations are added into my text box. So in the insert tab, in the equations, symbols, you will see you insert a new equation. And once this is here, in a type equation here, you can either select these symbols and manually type it, or you can also use these options available here. From this, you can see so many operators are there, different operators available, ready common functions which are there that also can be selected from this. It gets directly added over there. So equations can be added. So teachers who are into these subjects, they can use this option very well. So till this point, till now, whatever we have done in today's session, out of all these stuff, if anyone has any difficulty, any question, queries, you can ask. Yes, one more thing. One person had asked something. So in the shape format, there is an option called alt text. This is basically create a text description of objects for screen readers. So there are screen readers which are there. For them, we create an alt text. So when you click on the alt text option on the right side, you will see how would you describe this object and its context to someone who is blind or low vision. The subject in detail, the setting, the action or interaction, other relevant information. So when you put the entire alt text here, you need to type the entire steps over here. So when on any device, this particular slide will be used, the device will read all these text which we type in this box, that about this object which I have selected, what is this all about. So this is for people who are blind. If they are using this kind of particular application, then you can put the alt text which will be used for them. Okay, we require slide number 7. Okay, slide number 7 is the hierarchy. So if you want to create an hierarchy, very simple steps to create the hierarchy. One more time, we'll do it. So let's remove this. So what we do is we just go to insert, SmartArt, select the hierarchy option, select the organization chart, then click OK. You will see the basic chart, SmartArt graphic will come. And in the text pane, we will remove all these values and we'll be at the first one. Very easy to manage through the text pane, the organization chart. So we'll be using the text pane for that. So we type here MD, then enter. As you enter, the next box come, which is or the same level. So if I want the another level to be created, which is below MD, then press tab key. So it will go below MD. Then here we'll write CEO, enter. Now below CEO, I want another level. So press tab key and we'll write GM, HR, enter. Then all other levels would be the same. So we just go on type and enter GM, finance, GM, marketing, and so on. So as you go on entering it, you can just go on adding the levels, and below each of them, when I want to add something, click there, enter, press tab key, and you will add the another level on that. Then click on the another level, enter, press tab key, click on the next level, enter, press tab key, and it will create those levels. Once you have done that, you can choose the colors for different levels which are there, and it will change the color as the level changes. If I want to change any shape of the square which is there, right click on that and select change shape, and you can choose any shape which you want. It will get added over there. So let's choose a shape here. Okay, let's choose this. So the shape may change. You can choose any shape whichever you want. Just right click, change shape, and you can utilize any shape. Yes, anyone else has any other questions, you can ask. From all these options, what we have done, if you're facing any difficulty in any of them, you can ask me. We have seen different shapes. We have seen icons. We have seen SmartArt. In SmartArt, we have seen different ways, different SmartArts we can do. We have seen how to add a background color, how to delete slide 4. So you can just select the slide and just press delete key on your keyboard. That slide will get deleted. Whichever slide you want to delete, just select that slide and press delete key. That slide will get deleted. In the shapes, we have seen different kinds of shapes we can work with. We can add and effects to it. We can change colors. We can work on the outline part, which is there. We can give 3D shapes to each of these shapes which are there. So if I want to add icons, I can just click on the insert and I go to the icons. And from the icons, I can just click on an icon which I require and just click insert, so that it will add the icon here. Whichever icon is added, you can select it, move it around. You can go to the graphic format options. You can select the color of the icon which you require. So easily you can select that. Slide 5. Okay, slide 5, we have the input output process, what we have done. So what we have done is very simple step I have done here. So I went to insert and SmartArt I have chosen. And then we select the process. I have selected process and I selected the basic process. Then click OK. So I will get these boxes here. Then I can just choose the box and I can type here step 1. Then click step 2 and then step 3. Once this is done, if you want to give that effects to it, you can just go to the SmartArt design. You can choose the color options which are available. And you can also choose from these effects which are there. So different effects are there. You can choose that as well. So we have different options which can be utilized. So this is what we created right now. Color text in texture in bubble. So if you have any shape, let's add a shape. If I add a shape here, let's say an oval shape. If I want to add any texture inside this, so right click on the shape, select format shape, and here on the right side you will have texture fill option. So you can click on the texture fill and then you will see here the texture options. You can just select the textures. So these are different textures available. So you can add that bubbles, droplets which are there to that. Tanushka, is this what you were looking at? Adding texture to the shape. Okay. We can add charts in the slides. So we are going to do that in tomorrow's session, that how to add charts. We have also seen how to add text. We have also seen how to give effects to the text which is there. Any other questions? Anyone has any difficulty you're facing doing any option, you can ask me.
Yeah.
Alignments. Okay, so that will do. Let's come to this slide 3. So I want to align the objects which are there. Either it could be shapes, either it could be your images or any other object which is there. You can just align them. So we have all these shapes which are there, which we need to align. So we just randomly place it and then you click uh, on one of the shapes, then press Shift key and click on the other shapes. So once you select all the shapes, then you go to the shape format, and in that you have on the right side align options. So click on that. Here I will first select align middle. So it will middle them all, and then I select align and select distribute horizontally. So the gaps between all these shapes become same. Same thing I do here. Select all these three, align to middle. So they come in line, align, and select distribute horizontally. So gap between them becomes the same. So that is the alignment part which we can do. So a lot of options related to alignment which you can utilize. If a single object, if you have selected and you want to align that as well, you can use the align option where you can say align to left. So it will go on the extreme left. When you say align to center, it will come to the center of the slide. Then you say align right, it goes to the right side of it. Then if you say align to the top, so it goes to the top of the edge and align that side. Align to middle, it comes to the middle of the slide. Then you have the option of align to bottom. So if you are selecting a single object, you can use the align option. So you don't need to use the mouse key to drag and drop that option onto the places which you have on these slides. So you can use this very easily by using the different options available. So this is the align option. One more option which I wanted to show is that let's say if you have these three objects which are in the same place, and whenever you want to move them, it is difficult to move these objects because they are separate objects. So if I am having this objects all together grouped as one object, then I have the option of group here. You can select group. So they become one object. Now, if I move them, select it all can be moved at once together. Select any of that, you can just move them together. I repeat, select all of them together first, all of them together, and then select group, and you will see group, all of them becomes one object. So the selection box becomes one for all of them, as well as you can ungroup them by using the same group option. There you will see ungroup. Reshaping this, let's say you select this object and you want to reshape it all together, then go to shape format and you have the edit shape option. In that, select edit points. As you select edit points, you will see a red color outline and these square boxes. You can start it from any corner, whichever you want. Just click on it. As you click, you will see the handles will come. You can utilize directly the handles if you want. This will create the curves on that shape. And if you are moving this square black cross, then it will resize that shape which is there. So you can use the dots which are available. You can use the handles to change the curves of the object. You can think of a shape and you can create this by using this handles also. So edit points are really interesting to use. You need to have that imagination that what you want to really create out of any particular shape which is there, you can do it. So let's do a background change option one more time. So we select another slide. This background is plain white. So click on the background, right click and select format background. And on the right side, you will see the options over here. You can put a solid color by using solid fill, that plane, or you can choose a gradient. You can select the gradient colors by using the stops here. You can go on adding, you can change the different options available here. You can also use the preset gradients which are there. You can add that. You can add the pictures, texture fill that you can do. You can add a pattern fill. So pattern fills are there. You can utilize that as well. So easy way to also change the background. The benefit of using a background format is that if let's say, for example, if you have added a picture on the background, any picture on the background, once you select it and add in the background, it will get fixed. So it will not move at all. But if I insert it as a separate image or an object, might be when I'm working on this slide with other objects, it may get disturbed. But you add a background, it does not get disturbed at all. Whatever objects you are having, you can just move around those objects easily if you have a fixed background which is there. So very effectively, you can work with the backgrounds as well. So we have seen all these different options. We have revised a bit all the questions and queries what you had. If anything still you have in mind, just keep noting it, and in tomorrow's session, I can address that as well. So let's close this session for now. And I hope you enjoyed this today's session and you have learned a lot from this. And we'll learn more things tomorrow. So join in tomorrow's session as well on time and be with me the entire session. So you will get more and more things from this. Thank you everyone so much for joining in, and we'll meet tomorrow. Thank you so much.
Amar,
Shall
shall I wind up?
Yes, you can.
Okay.